Hello Games was at the Video Game Awards and made an announcement of what they've been working on and what they're working on in the future. I'm Controlled Chaos, and in this video, I want to go over that and see what we can pick out a little bit extra. Let's get into it. So first off, Hello Games showed off a video of No Man's Sky through the years. As it got to the end, it says ongoing to 2024, and what we see here is a really cool new looking ship, and I really like the look of this ship. The next thing we see is it pulling out of a space station, but this space station isn't the normal space stations we're used to seeing. This is the space stations that were teased 6 months ago, found in the game and a mod made for, and things like that. So they are coming, and it's now official because, well, it's shown in their trailer that these two things are here. So there's no stop to what's happening in No Man's Sky. It's still getting work done, and I really like that. I'm really excited. I can't wait for 2024. But that wasn't the only thing Hello Games brought up. They talked about a new game they've been working on. For 5 years, they've been working on this game. And this game is really cool because Sean Murray himself straight out says it's not a universe with a bunch of small planets. It is one big planet, bigger than Earth, with mountains, and not video game mountains, but real height mountains where you can stand on top of them and you can see in the distance rivers and things like that. And that's really cool. It's also done in a fantasy world. From the races you can see in there, you have humans, you have what look like rabbit people, you have what look like elk people and stuff like that, or deer people. And that's really cool. And that's very interesting to me. But what's even more cool is the fact that they show off some building, and you can build structures. And the way the structures are being put together is a new looking way of doing it, where it's stacking the stuff together. It shows someone cutting wood and another person carrying a log off to the building that's being constructed, and that looks cool. It's going to have multiplayer. Everyone's going to be on the same world. It's supposed to be really huge. Then on top of that, they show a bird flying off with someone riding it. I thought, okay, that's cool. I like that. They already know how to do that in No Man's Sky. Great. Excellent. Then we see someone get on a dragon. I'm like, oh yes, you get to fly around on dragons. Excellent. But there's also ground mounts, which was to be expected. They already know how to do all this stuff. No Man's Sky was the test bed for this. With our pets, we got to do this. And that's great. They already know how to do this in the game engine. Perfect. Underwater looks good. It's very vibrant, nice looking, and things like that. And I like the idea of the direction that they're going, fantasy based, one world, but really big world. And it's going to be interesting. I have some questions. I have some concerns. And my first concern is with how No Man's Sky launched. I'm a bit worried on how this one is going to launch. And I really hope that Sean Murray and the team set the expectations for the launch on what we should see at launch. I'm hoping they say something along the lines of, this isn't releasing until it's ready and has everything in it that we promised, or they say, we're going to do what we did with No Man's Sky. So not all the features will be in right away, but we're going to add to them as it goes along. If they do one of the two things there, that will garner points. That will set expectations and people will be happy. And the reason people will be happy is they have the background history with No Man's Sky of doing that. We're adding the features as the game progresses type setup. They've done it, they've proven they can do it, and that's fine. But they need to set the expectations of what's going to happen with launch. The other question I have is with the multiplayer. How many people are we going to be able to see in the multiplayer? Now, in a PC Gamer interview, Sean Murray did set some expectations there. He stated that you'll see some people, but you won't see all of them. It will be somewhat instanced to sort of help out, but we'll all be on the same world. And that's fine. And that's to help out with lag and connectivity and stuff like that. I understand that. That's totally fine. But he said that all of the buildings and the artwork that the players do will be seeable. You just won't be able to see all of the people playing in that area. How that's exactly going to work with the cutting down of trees and the harvesting of ores and other things like that, I don't know. The other question I have is if they're going the fantasy route, is this going to have more of an RPG element? Is this going to have some magic in it? What kind of combat is going to be in it? How is combat going to get done? That's what I'm wondering. How is that going to be done? Are there going to be quests, or is it going to be a choose your own way of doing stuff? Is everything going to be player made, or are there going to be NPC merchants and stuff like that? That's all up in the air. All we know for now is what we see in the trailer, and there are some really cool things in the trailer. We even see this floating, what looks like a base or island in the sky of this planet, or this planet that we're going to be on. And that is interesting in itself. So I want to know from you guys two things. One, what do you think of the little teaser bits that they did for No Man's Sky? What interests you? Does that interest you? Two, does this light, no fire game that's a survival game on one planet interest you guys at all? It interests me. I like survival games. I like a lot of different games. I can't wait to see what No Man's Sky does for it. It's going to be very interesting. And if you want more information about this kind of stuff, let me know. And subscribe if you're not subscribed. Have a great day.